Oh my gosh! Wait, what is this? Is this the little?
Yeah, it's a
what is that called?
That's what I
Dude, really?
Yes, but I also do my interviews.
I've always wanted to try one.
It's pretty cool. I'll let you use it for a little bit so you can kind of see how it is. It does good though. It really does.
Okay.
All right. Michaela.
Yeah.
Nielsen. I always.
That's right. Everyone does.
I just know you as KK.
I know.
I know you as Moto KK.
I mean, Weech calls me Moto KK, so.
That's true. All right. So obviously you guys didn't get to ride today.
Yeah.
But you were able to see the track, stuff like that. You come from more of a desert type background, stuff like that. Does this kind of intimidate you at all? Like, how does it feel for you?
No, not really. I mean, I've always raced moto, but I'm definitely more off-road prone now. But it doesn't really intimidate me. I mean, if we're gonna have to learn the track in 10 minutes and get a qualifying time, that's a little intimidating. But the track, I mean, I'm used to Loretta's. I raced Ironman last year. That was intimidating, but I was leading, but I crashed. So, I mean, it's not really intimidating.
Yeah, so conditions are a lot different than Hangtown, right? That was a hot race.
Yeah.
How do you do in elevation, or have you really ridden in elevation much? Like, what's your expectations on that?
I've raced Mammoth, and that's I think double this or something, and I've never really felt a difference. I ride like a semi-stock bike at home, like nothing done to the motor. So, I mean, riding from my race bike, I'll probably just feel like I'm at practice at home. So.
How do we get back on the top step? You got it in the first round.
I know. I got to get a start, and I got to not let those opening laps get away from me. So.
Wait, expand on that. What do you mean by getting away from you exactly? What
happens? Basically, my start, I don't understand. Maybe it's like I spin once I get to the dirt, but I kind of know an idea of like how to fix it. But for my opening laps, I feel like I kind of just get stuck in a pace of trying to get to the girls, and I'll get stuck behind like a third or a second, and I need to just go. So now with this moto only being one, I just need to go full out, all moto. So.
But how do you balance out with being patient, especially on a track that will probably be pretty mellow?
Yeah.
How do you balance those two?
I feel like I'm a pretty technically inclined rider, so I'm not one to just send it. I'm pretty meticulous, and I'm already patient as it is, so I just have to kind of push it a little bit more, I think. I mean, it's kind of who can get us start and who can just elbows up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
All right, last thing. I don't know if you heard or if they told you yet. Apparently, you guys are going to be broadcast.
Yeah, I heard Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Actually on the broadcast.
Everyone's in the comments advocating for us, so it's nice to see the love.
Yeah, but they better watch it.
They better watch it. All right. If they're greedy, they better get what they want.
Yeah. All right. Good luck tomorrow. Have fun.
Thank you.
Justin Cooper. I think track looks a little wet. Have you gone out there to look at it at all?
Yeah, I just ran out there real quick. We got a lot of rain yesterday when I landed. Rain pretty much all the way to the hotel is dumping down. Yeah, this place gets rutted. So with this condition, I'd be surprised if it wasn't like soft rutted tomorrow. So we have pretty much overcast skies all day today, and tomorrow will be pretty warm, like 80. But yeah, I don't think it's going to dry out much.
How do you approach a track like when it's like this? You guys have a Yamaha that is usually up on power. They usually have to detune the bikes, right? Do you try to pull everything out of it that you can because we're at elevation, or do you try to run the similar settings you have in other races?
I try to pull a little bit more out of it, and I think with this condition, it'll help us. So yeah, just try to get a lot of power out of the bike, especially if it's thick and muddy. I think by the end of the day, moto time it'll be good anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I like this track. I had a lot of success here in the past, and I've been feeling good lately. So I want to get a start and go for it.
Do you think that this is a track that you're going to have to really be patient with, or do you think you can push in certain sections?
I think it's going to be give and take. I think we're going to have to be patient, and then we're going to have to be able to push in sections that we don't really want to. I think there's going to be really gnarly sections that you're going to be able to make up time on. So we'll see how it goes. They'll probably do a lot of track prep if it gets dangerous, but yeah, we'll see. I like this track and feeling good for tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
All right, I've looked at the track. It looks like it's going to be soft.
Yeah.
You had a chance to check it out. What do you think?
I haven't yet. I'm going to go after this and do a lap around and see what we're looking like. But, yeah, I love this place. This track has always been really fun, and normally gets pretty rutted. So it's going to be should be another gnarly racetrack this weekend. And, yeah, I think it's probably going to be the ruddiest one we've had yet. And it looks like maybe a little more rain tonight. So who knows? Hopefully that'll hold off, and we'll have a good racetrack for tomorrow.
Do you guys have a 250 and a 450 with your guys' team that can really push the limit of what a bike can do? Are you getting everything out of these bikes, especially when you come here to this race?
I don't know a whole lot about the engine package, but I would assume that every race we're trying to get as much as we can, you know, within the limit of not having it have any engine failure or anything like that. So I would say that we're pretty much maxed out. I think if there's anything that we could do, we would. So, yeah, I think this weekend is definitely an advantage for us. I think we have the fastest bike. So I think this weekend with altitude, it'll just give even a little bit more advantage to us.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, just heard your guys' motos are going to be, or moto I should say, is going to be broadcast on TV.
Really?
That's what I just heard.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool. How does that feel? How does it feel? How are you feeling? How's the bike? How are you? All that stuff. Tell me what's going on.
Oh, I'm feeling good. I was pumped up to race today. I just love racing overall, and then I got the red plate. It's looking pretty sweet on the bike. I'd like to keep it there, so that's my plan.
Do you give your brother a hard time?
Yeah, I do. We were out practicing at Paris the other day, and I was only 2 seconds off of him, and I was like, what is that?
Oh, that's good. I'm going to clip that. That's getting clipped and I'm tagging it. But it is pretty cool. I mean, you get to run the red plate, right, which kind of brings a little bit of pressure, right? Now that you have that, it's like the expectation. It's like winning a championship, you know? How do you kind of adapt to that? How have you been with, like, that expectation of winning and all that kind of stuff? What's your mindset?
Honestly, I just go out there, try my best, have fun. If I'm not having fun, then I'm not doing good. So I just need to go out there and have fun.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Austin, first, who cares about the racing? How's dad life, dude?
Dude, honestly, it's awesome. I think he's like right around 3 months now, and he's like starting to get some personality a little bit. Like he's recognizing that it's me. He's not just looking through me, looking for a bottle, you know, like he was for the past few months. Now he's actually starting to acknowledge my voice and be able and smile whenever I hold him and stuff like that. So he's starting to get a little bit of personality, and that's awesome. It's cool. Like every like little change in him. Yeah, that's what it is. Every milestones. Yeah.
I'm a dad. I want to know dad things.
Yeah.
For new dads, it's really cool.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's what it's every little milestone. Like just him. Like now, he likes whenever I do that, and so like I can do that at any time, and he'll bust out a big smile. So that's just like that's his thing right now. So I just like that's awesome for me. So yeah, it's just all the little milestones of him, just like you would. To people who aren't dads, I guess it's making him smile. Like that's not, and even me before I was a dad, like I didn't get that, but now, like that's such a cool thing. Or it's, you know, yeah, I get it. So.
All right, so I know people are here to talk about dirt bikes, right? That's what people want to hear. What, in your opinion, how has this year been? Because obviously you're used to a certain expectation, right? You're used to finishing, winning, all that stuff. How have you kind of been able to adjust not getting the finishes of where maybe that you want to be, but also being happy that you got through the season and that you're like still progressing that way?
Yeah, I was literally talking to somebody about this the other day. It is weird because I feel like the past, a bunch of years of my career, it's been like the highest of highs as in winning, and then straight to the lowest of lows as in hurt and not racing for a long time. So being that I'm not here, but I'm right like here.
You're not used to.
No, I'm not used to. And it is like, it is a weird thing, you know. It's weird, just almost like that I'm still, which is this is stupid, but it sounds weird, but that I'm still healthy. Like it feels like that. It's even sometimes I think like this is just weird that I'm at the races right now, because how many years has it been now since I'm always hurt at this point in time, and I'm always going through rehab and building up a knee or a shoulder or whatever, doing that. So it's just as weird as it is to say that it's weird that I'm at the races, it is. It's weird to be healthy, and so that's kind of something that I'm kind of having to figure out. Not only that, but just even where I'm at, in the field, being kind of that like 8th to 12th to 15th or whatever sort of spot. That's weird for me as well. I'm racing against guys that I haven't raced with before back there. So that's weird as well. So just a lot of just learning this season, I guess, or a lot of not necessarily, I guess, learning, but just experiences, like new experiences, like experiencing things that I haven't experienced yet. So yeah, I would much prefer to be up at the front, but that's just the reality of kind of where I'm at right now. And obviously, yes, my goal is to get better, and I think that we will get better as I get better through outdoors, as we figure some things out with the bike a little bit more. I think we're only going to get better. But yeah, just a lot of learning and a lot of like uncomfortable situations that I've been in this year, specifically just because I've hardly ever been in those situations. As weird as it is to say, I'm uncomfortable with being healthy right now. Like as weird as that sounds, I've gone the past like 8 years of my career doing a certain thing, like which that is get hurt basically. So whenever I'm not at a certain point, it's just weird. But yeah, it's
So going with that is you haven't really had that much time on the bike. Really, when you think about it, especially when it comes to outdoors, right? You're now getting to that point. Are you happy with where the bike is? Like, especially with it being such a new program, like, and you coming from the background that you came from, how is that different from like your other teams that you've been in the past and like learning from this one and adjusting the settings and all that stuff? How has that been?
Well, I mean, it just basically comes down to the past teams I've been on have had years and years and years and years of data that they can look back on. And yeah, the bike's going to change and we're going to have new technology or whatever. But if you're having a problem and, man, we just can't seem to figure it out, they can go look back at a book from obviously you don't want to get too old, but from 5 years ago and say, oh, we were having this problem then and we made this change on the shock or this change to the forks or whatever, and they have that data where obviously Triumph is such a new brand and a new team that we don't have those years and years and years of data. So a lot of the things that I'm searching for, or we might not even have that part made yet. We might have to, which they have all the nicest machines and everything at the shop, that we have the ability to go make that stuff and to go build that stuff. But it's just, the fact is, we don't have all that data or all of those years worth of testing to kind of be like, oh, you want this? Oh, we have exactly what you're looking for right here. It's like we have the ideas to fix what you're wanting, but we might have to actually go and make that part, So
it is kind of cool though that you're part of building it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there is an element to it. It's like, all right, this is kind of cool. I'm part of. Because Triumph could be, who knows, in 20 years, it could be the top program. In 5 years, you don't know. But you are part of that beginning process, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's what I think I'm a really good tester as far as just, what I can feel on the bike. What I can feel on the bike, and then what the suspension guys are telling me that they can see with the bike, is usually really close, and then I can pretty much pinpoint nowadays what I think the problem is and what we need to change. It's been a little tougher coming to a whole nother bike, but now that I'm starting to get it the bike figured out and stuff, I think that I am a pretty good test kind of development rider. So yes, I agree that I think that it is beneficial for them to have somebody like me developing the bike, just because I feel like I'm a good tester. There are certain guys that aren't very good testers, and there are guys that are. There's guys you can change the whole bike and have them go out and ride it and say, well, what'd you feel? And they say, oh, whatever, it feels fine. But I'm like, I can tell half millimeters moving my forks, I can, the lines on our forks are 1 millimeter. I can tell half of that moving it on my forks. So, I'm just really sensitive to things like that. So I feel like I'm a pretty good test rider and developer, and helping them figure out stuff for the team, I think is good, but also, I want to figure it out for myself and to improve my riding as well. So I think it's beneficial for both of us.
All right, so I'm happy you're a dad. It's cool. Good luck tomorrow. Have fun, be safe, and put it up on the box.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Top 10. Top 10 is the goal with where I finished the past couple weekends. But yes, that's I want to get better every race, all year long. So that's the end goal, is to be up there battling for top 5s, top 3s, everything like that. So
all right, good luck.
Thanks.
All right, Cooper Webb, can you push at this track with where the conditions are right now, in your opinion?
Push?
Push the limits, push the bike, the conditions, all that stuff, or do you think you're going to have to be patient?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't even looked at the track. This is usually a track that gets pretty rutted and technical and gnarly, especially with the rain we've had, so I expect the same. Weather's going to be a lot nicer than last week, so that's a positive. But yeah, it's hard to say until you go race, and I haven't raced here in a long time, so we'll get there tomorrow when we get out there for first practice.
All right, you sound a little
haggard.
Yeah, dude, a little bit. I don't want to say too much, but a little bit. Is anything going on, or you good?
Yeah, I feel like crap. I'm not gonna hide it, but it's part of it, unfortunately, right? You're gonna have a sick body some weekends, and unfortunately, yeah, we're not feeling great. So see how it ends up tomorrow, but we're gonna fight through it for sure.
How's the bike, the settings, all that stuff? You're happy with it? Are you guys fighting with it? Or are you pretty much set, ready to go where you're at?
Yeah, I've been happy. We're making small changes every weekend. Last weekend we made a shock change during the week, and I thought it was better. And we made a fork change this week, so we'll see if that can be a little bit better. But overall, I'm really happy. I think it's, like I said, just me not racing outdoors in a while, kind of learning the Yamaha outdoors. It's just taken a little bit of learning, but the team's been awesome. Any change that we've made has been in a positive direction, and yeah, it's always nice to have that.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Jordan, let's get the boring shit out of the way.
All right.
Not like these other media outlets and tell me how you're feeling. But what's your thoughts on the track so far? Have you seen it at all? What do you think?
Yeah, I've only seen the animation of the track changes. I'm gonna go check it out once we get finished here. It looks really the dirt looks really dark. And I was here in 2015 and 16, I think it was 2015, they said it rained for 2 weeks straight before we got here. And it was the most endless soft dirt I've ever rode, and there was ruts everywhere. I actually did really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot different than what we're used to riding. So I'm excited. If it's deep and rutted up like that, I'm pretty excited about that.
You have an ability to push through and have the experience that you've had over the years. Is there anything that you bring to Colorado that you normally, or that other riders maybe don't have that ability to because they haven't been here, they haven't been riding that long?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the elevation here is obviously a hot topic. For me, it's never really been a big problem. I've never really, I do notice elevation, but whenever I ride here, you notice a little bit, but not it's killing me out here. So I think that's a benefit that I have coming to Colorado, just knowing that I'm not worried about the elevation, worried about anything like that. So, and then this track in general, really, the dirt here is just soft so deep for whatever reason that it changes so much, lap to lap. I mean, there can be a rut at the beginning of Moto 1 that might be this deep, and by the end of the moto, you'll get stuck in it. I've literally seen people get stuck in ruts out here. So it's, just knowing to have an open mind to move around this track is very beneficial.
And then, how's the bike? You're able to get a second year on it, right? Or the second year of the program. Are they kind of where you wanted it to be? The bike, is it where you want it to be? How is that?
Yeah, it's the bike's really good. I mean, I can't complain at all with the handling of it. Obviously, there's always going to be little things to work on, right? Especially whenever I didn't get a whole lot of prep time during Supercross for motocross because I was hurt. So the days that I was riding, I was just trying to get Supercross riding in, and then I got hurt at Salt Lake and really didn't ride before Paula. So there's always going to be suspension stuff that we can keep fine-tuning, right? But I mean, the motor-wise feels really good. I'm struggling on the starts right now. It's definitely no secret from the last 2 weeks. I came out 25th and 40th at Palo, which was terrible. Last week, a slight improvement, came out around 15th both times. And so we're working on the starts. I did a lot this week. It's not something new for me to struggle on the starts and outdoors. Last year, I was the same thing. I was constantly coming from the back. So I've been working really, really hard to try to get them fixed. The team's been doing a really good job. I mean, we're just trying everything that we can to try to help me out. So obviously this weekend will be a little bit different. Everyone will be starting in first gear, and you got, gearing changes and everything for the elevation because the bikes are slower. So this weekend will be a little bit different, but hopefully we can get the starts figured out and start running more in that top 5 area instead of always trying to catch those guys,
All right, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, Jorge, you and I got a problem. I just talked to you about your mountain bike ride, and you said you went over like 2 different mountains over here, and you're like, oh, it's no big deal. So the elevation isn't getting you whatsoever. You don't feel the effect, I mean, in training and stuff?
Well, not today. Ask me this tomorrow. Like today, everything it's nice and beautiful, but tomorrow we maybe feel it a little bit more with the racing and obviously with the motorbike. But no, for the moment everything's going fine. It's a very beautiful place. It's nice to come to different places, and especially for me that it's the first time ever here, and then get to ride my bicycle around and do a little bit of sightseeing, let's say.
Is this similar to what the GPs are like? The vibe, the weather, like all that
stuff? The weather today, yes.
But not as cold?
Oh, we get colder than this.
Yeah, okay, all right. It got cold
quick. It got cold quick right now. Like in 20 minutes, it just dropped.
Yeah. What's your expectations of the track and how it's going to kind of, I know that you haven't raced here before, but what's your expectation of how the track conditions will shape up?
I think it's going to be super ruddy because they've been working good on track and they were ripping and we got some rain, so it will be super ruddy, which I like. I normally like ruddy tracks, so I feel like tomorrow can be a good day for me. We did some steps this week and hopefully it works tomorrow on track and we can do better.
Last question. You made some headlines with saying that you wanted a faster bike, but what I think you mean is it's just your riding style, right? Like that's how you ride a bike and that's how you're comfortable riding. Do you think that you're getting to that stage and you think that that's going to be a harder thing to achieve because we're at elevation, or is it going to take a few more rounds?
Well, the team and myself, we are working together to get the best out of the bike, and we are just building and trying to improve every single week, getting a lot of information at the races, and then trying to apply that information at the test track or practice track and make improvements. So we are doing our best to make myself feel more comfortable on the bike. So I'm happy we are all giving our 100%, so we can't ask for more.
All right, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Eli, obviously we're at your home track. Everybody knows that, right? But in your opinion, you know the dirt. How do you think the dirt's going to hold up with all the weather that we got this week?
It'll be interesting to see because no matter what, Thunder Valley gets long ruts. But I think it'll be really good because nothing beats rain moisture itself. Like as much as you hose water and water truck water, nothing beats a good rainstorm. So hopefully it's not too much. We're not going to have any bikes on the track today, but I have a feeling it'll actually be pretty sweet.
How's your approach to racing changed since being a dad, getting a little bit older, stuff like that? Like, how would you compare an approach to a weekend like this to how you would when maybe you were like just coming into racing?
As far as mindset goes, it's an overall sense of calm versus back in the day, but that just comes with experience, knowing what to expect, knowing the routine, knowing the tracks, being a dad too. So, it's grateful to be here.
Haiden, I think this track is going to suit you very well because I think you're starting to get to the point of being patient, but also being able to push to where other riders can't. Do you think that is going to be a similar thing for you, or what do you think?
Yeah, I could agree. I feel like a few of these motos where I've started like 5th or 6th, I feel like I could just choose when to pass, and that's where I feel like I've now hit the next level in this class where I've got speed to kind of like make my own decisions when I want to. And we're up in elevation, we have a really good bike. The star bike's always fast, so whole shot at both races in Colorado Supercross, so I got a lot of confidence on the starts with this bike.
Have you ever had any of the fatigue that people talk about here? It seems like it maybe is a little bit puffed up more than it actually is. Do you feel the fatigue at all, or are you good?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just a whole conspiracy thing. I mean, I guess it is harder to breathe because your elevation, but I've never had a problem with it. Like, I've always just been fine. Like, I don't get why people trip about it.
Do you think the track will break in because we have sun tomorrow and stuff like that? Do you think it's going to be soft? Like, how do you think it's going to kind of shape out?
Yeah, I believe it'll be pretty soft because they redid pretty much the whole track. It's like a whole new layout, so doing that, you're bringing up new dirt and stuff. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be ruddy. These guys are good at maintaining, so we'll be good.
Any new jewelry?
No, I want to get another like watch or whatever, but I promised myself I have to win another championship before I get that. My mom and my dad said we're spending too much money on jewelry, so I had to chill out.
What's the target? What's the top goal of the watch that you want?
I want a Richard Mille eventually. Those are the nice ones, but my next step is an AP.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.